Welcome everybody to the Tabs tournament. At the moment, we are going to be going over who is playing who and basically that, and we'll go over who we think are gonna win. Tribal and Viking will not be playing anyone round 1. They will be facing off against their round 2 winners. How the round 1 winners from their respective areas. However, if they do go to finals, and if they win finals, I will have to let them go against, I guess I'll let them go against each other in a final situation if they win finals, because that's really the defining factor. Because if Vikings win or Tribal, it doesn't really matter though. Besides that, Ancient and Dynasty are here, and they will be facing off each other in first round, and I'm betting my money on Ancient. Ancient? Actually, I think I will be betting my money on Ancient, thinking about it. Secret and Evil are going against each other, and for Secret, I will be mainly using units that are not overpowered, so no Ice Giant, no Artemis, yeah. I don't know who's gonna win this one. Renaissance versus Farmer. This one's a toss-up, but that's up to you. Medieval versus Pirates. Same thing goes with Secret and Legacy. I won't be using Dark Pheasants, but I probably could because they're going up against Good, but that doesn't matter. Wild West and Spooky. Now this is probably going to be our closest match. These are very close in power level. And of course, Tribal and Viking are going off by themselves. Now, I might have pre-prepared. We already have the Ancients and Dynasty lined up, and this one is a really interesting map. I've decided to go with Ancient 2 for our battlefield because, well, it is in a really cool map, and we probably won't see it because Ancient will probably lose this. Anyways, let's go over the formations here. We have a bunch of Soldier. Anyways, we have a bunch of Sarissas and Shield Bearers, and this is going to be the bulk of the infantry. If this thing does survive whatever the Dynasty can throw at it, they will probably win. We got 6 Hoplites, which is purely there because I forgot to put them in last minute, so I had to put them last minute. Then we have a bunch of Snake Archers, which we'll go over this, which while the Samurai may be able to deflect the first shot, I think they do become snakes when they are deflected, which is really going to be a big blow because the Samurai don't have the ability to block anything else here, I believe. Next, we have the Zeus, and he is probably going to be the reason that this wins. He has chaining attacks and will be very powerful. The Minotaur is a really weird unit. He's not individually powerful, but he can do a lot of damage. Ballista is here simply to hit Monkey King. If it does, it's probably game over for Dynasty. And finally, we have Hoplite III, the general of this army. He will be here in every match, just as a fun little thing. The Samurai have formed up a wall against this unit, and will probably be taking the snakes. That's why they've done this. The monks are the most boring units in the game, but they are here because they do damage, and that's about it. The Flintlocks archers, are going to be, well, not the deciding factor, but if they hit a spot, Sarissa, it's probably game over. Ninjas are kinda either gonna be useless or the deciding factor. If they get walled by the Shield Bearers, they get walled. If they don't, they don't. We have a Hawacha. Yeah, if this hits, they kinda lose. We have 2 dragons, and well, they aren't exactly bad, but they aren't exactly good either. If the dragon gets struck down by a snake or a stray lightning bolt, that's kinda it for them. And then we have 1 Monkey King. Yeah, that's about it. Anyways, we're gonna take our seat on the top of Olympus. And let's enjoy the show, folks. And the Sarissa Wall goes, and ooh, it's a rain of a watch of fire as the lightning bolts start. Wait, they do get ricocheted. Oh, and that's one dragon down, I think. The dragons are getting stuck on the temple tree, which is really bad for them because you don't want to get stuck like that on a battlefield. And most of the blue have survived the battle. The dynasty troops have survived the battle, and it seems like it'll be going to them for the first round. But will they be able to take second match? I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it really is going to go for Dynasty. Wow, that was a really clean sweep on their part. Yeah, that's kind of it. The Dragons survived much longer, but yeah, that's about it. Wow. Color me impressed. Round 2, and it's between some interesting factions. We have the Secret faction versus the Spooky. Not Spooky, sorry, Evil. They're very similar. Let's go over Evils first. Their main force consists of, I think they're called, Exiled Guardians or something akin to that. Then they have the Flamey guys. I don't remember the name of these. I don't remember the name of any of these. That's besides the point, though. They also have some Void Cultists who reign in the back. We also have some Tempest Liches, Deathbringer, and a Void Monarch for our final unit. Their entire goal is basically just to stop this very central push that the Secret faction has going on here. Now back here we have some Void, I forgot their name, but Void Walkers, something into that, plus another Flamethrower guy, going against 2 Taekwondo men and, I forgot the name of, Crossbow Woman. These are going to be a very interesting matches, and it could very much decide the entire thing, depending on who wins here. These are both very powerful factions who very much could both do very powerful things in the wrong hand. But will they be able to? Let's find out. Let's ignore the sign-off matches as we just ignore completely on. Let's just completely focus on here. The carnage begins, and already the Stark Evil doesn't matter really, as it's a clusterfuck of whatever. Who the fuck was that? I don't know, and I don't even know where much anything is going on at the moment. It's really a big cluster of enemies at the moment. But it seems at the moment that it's definitely Secret's game by just the look of things. But as I don't want to take guys off the action, Void Monarch has definitely taken a lot of battling, and the Secret units, Skeleton has died. It is really anyone's game still. I do not. Well, no, it looks like it was Secret's game for most of that, but I think when the witches died, it did bring the end of the units. Let's see what we can find from here. We have one of the Doom Monarchs, one of this guy's, I forgot his name, I think it's like Void Cultist, and then 2 of the Tempest Liches, which might have actually been the deciding factor. I don't think you can check HP, but I think this only activates on half HP for this guy. Whatever the case is, it's very obvious that this Mace Spinner, who's supposed to, like, I think his cheerleaders might have gotten killed by the Void Cultists actually very early on. That might have actually been the deciding factor. If we can look up to the side for a second. Yeah, assumedly, that's weird by the way, assumedly, the Void Cultists took, and the Flame guys took care of that pretty easily, considering the fact that there's none of their bodies, but all of theirs. Actually, there are bodies of the Void Cultists around here. Let's just quickly check around here quickly. Yeah, no, there are cheerleader bodies and Void Walkers alongside of them. Well, I guess this round goes to this Evil faction. Match 3, and it's some of the most boring factions in the entire game. No offense to Landfall, but Jesus, do some of these unit factions suck, and these are basically the 2 best examples of them. Let's go over their units. Red team first, and we have the painters who are going to be painting the graves of these hobbits. We have some halberds, which are probably going to do something. These are the kind of units that do something. High HP, high damage, but will they really? We got a couple line of fences. These are high damage units as far as I remember. They'll probably do something. Jousters. They will do something. If they can reach the scarecrow over there, farmers probably lose this match, sorry. Balloon archers are just worse muskets, but they kind of have to be here, so yeah. Now, because we have to have so many balloon archers, we have to also bring along the bloody muskets, so they're here too. Da Vinci tank. If this thing dies, by the wheelbarrows or whatever the farmers have, Renaissance probably loses this match. We'll see how it happens. Now, on to the farmers. Line of hobbits, which will be bashing their heads over the painters. A line of farmers, which are going to just be kind of cannon fodder. A line of hay balers, which might be the deciding factor. Most of the good units in Renaissance are ranged, so it could really be the deciding factor with these hay balers. Potion sellers are the only ranged units that are consistent in this faction. They are going to be the only reason this faction consistently would win this match, even though we're playing best of one. Harvesters are some of the most reliable units in this entire game. 500 for a good damage, good reliable HP unit is amazing. Scarecrow's the boss of this. If the Scarecrow dies or he does nothing, farmer probably loses. Wheelbarrows, they exist. If they get to Da Vinci and kill the Da Vinci tank, it's amazing, but if not, it's kinda not. Now we have two pockets of side squads, one of farmers and potion sellers, which are going to be trying to take down the Da Vinci tank, assumingly by the time they get forward enough. As soon as they get forward enough, they'll be able to defeat this Da Vinci tank. And also a squadron of hay balers and a harvester. They're just kind of here because we need a squad here. Now, let's see who does best. And the team rushes in, and the harvest and the muskets have fired in. The wheelbarrows have no idea where they're going. They're missing all their shots, but they seem to have been drunken by the potion sellers. The potion sellers seem to be heading themselves, as the second squad seems to be heading in. The Da Vinci tank is well and truly firing, and it really looks like it, but it seems like the... Oh, no, this is a really clean sweep. This was just not even fair. Not even fair. Damn. Kinda wish they put up more of a fight, to be honest. More crows coming in. Yeah. This is just a clean sweep. Damn, I kinda wanted more to do with the farmers, but... Yeah. Down goes the farmers, I guess. Weirdly enough, it was the balloon archers that did the best, and this squadron did fucking nothing. Weirdly enough, for this part of the squadron, which was really just there, did way more. They blocked a lot of arrow hits, and it's probably the reason that, the potion sellers stayed alive for so long. Renaissance is really pushed by Da Vinci tank, however. Round 4, and for once, we are not just using a bunch of units. No, and this time, we actually have a strategy here. Let's go over the medieval first. Bards are here because they have to be, but they will be drawing in the cannon fire. Squires are here because they have to be, and they want to be drawing in the cannon fire for their cost. Archers are here because we need a lot of range support here. They do a lot of damage kind of quick, but the pirate faction has blunderbusses, one of the few units that are immune to fire, to arrows and the swords. They're not perfectly immune, and they can be hit, but they are basically immune. Then we have the knight, which is basically our pseudo boss. If the cannons take down the king, the knight will be trying to sweep up. Next we have some healers, which are healing up the king, And the king is just a very generic big beat stick. Then we have some catapults, which will be trying to lob their hot shots to hit these guys. Who are these guys? Well, we have 4 blunderbusses, which are 4 blunderbusses on each side, which are, as I said, one of the few units in the entire game, which is basically completely immune to range shots. We have some, I've got their names. There's something, okay, can I quickly check? Oh, that would have been bad. Flintlocks, that's the name. Flintlocks, which are basically just gonna be trying to fire down on these guys. Bomb throwers to, well, they probably should be up in the front, but I don't want them to get hit by the cannon fire, so they're behind here trying to throw bombs at the red guys. Who could have guessed? Then we have some harpooners, which are here because they have to be. Then we have the pirate, the captain, sorry, which is one of my least known units in the entire fucking franchise. I have used this, I think people have used this a collective 10 times over the entire time this game has existed. 2 cannons, and then 1 pirate queen. Right, let's get this started. The blunderbusses go first, and oh geez, this might actually be a very quick game for Medieval. I might not have balanced these teams right. I'm suddenly realizing, because that is not a good mosh pit to be in. Wait, oh geez, maybe I'm wrong on who I balanced right. It is a weird circle right now. The king is stuck, and all these priests are just being mowed down here. Oh. But then they are also mowing down the other team. Ooh, one of the cannons must have taken down the one of the catapults. Can the catapults and archers take down these enough? It doesn't seem so. No, this is not a good situation for them. The pirate queen is coming up, but the king is alive. Oh my god, the king is alive for a comeback. How he survived, I have no idea. He goes for the swing. It's a 1v1. Excluding the catapult. Ignore the catapult. Ooh! So it's basically a 1v1. The king goes down! Oh, I'm so sorry, Paul. And she blows you off for just a style on you. Oh my god. That was blue victory. That was game, set, and match for blue. And then this guy just decided to form a rock, throw it at the queen of the pirates. Really, that was blue's game. That was a big rob from the red team. Wow. I think I did actually some of the better quality for the commentary for this. But yeah, that was a very, very much blue's game, and it was robbed. We haven't seen that yet. Well, I guess we'll go to round 5? 5. Wow. This is something. Welcome to round 5, folks, and I'm gonna be honest. This is probably gonna be one of our least balanced matches. Even though it may seem like it's gonna be balanced, I had a rule against putting any super or dark units in here, purely for the fact that they would probably win this. I don't know if this would be true for the Super Boxer, but I decided to include it because it cost 1,000, and generally when your unit costs 1,000, it's pretty good. That doesn't mean we didn't put in another super unit, kinda. Let's go over the units. Red first, like always. We have 3 of the light punchy guys. Yeah, I don't know the names as well as I do others. 3 of the light punchy guys, as well, we kinda just need to include them, but they are good meat shields. We have a couple of these guys. I generally don't know what they do. I think they throw their things at people. 4 like righteous paladins, and these are pretty decent units. I have no idea what these guys do, but they looked cool, so we put 6 of them in here. They also cost only 300. 2 sacred elephants, and then 2 divine arbiters, I believe they're called. Weirdly religious. And then 1 chronomancer. Apparently this unit's busted. That's kind of why I gave the legacy faction all the advantages I could. 2 poachers on either side. A whole of peasants. I would have just made this a peasant ranch. And while that's an incredibly funny idea for another tournament, not this one. 3 barrel rollers. If these actually hit something big, it hits something big. 1 flag bearer and a couple of boxes. A flag bearer to boost up the boxes, pikes, and wizards. These are going to be our main troops. A couple blow darts alongside of some pharaohs as, like, I guess cleanup. And then finally we have this guy. If this guy falls off the edge, it happens. It's going to probably fall off the edge. I do not trust these. But it's the only other unit. I probably should have put forwards, but fuck it. Tanks are cool. Anyways. In 3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin. It is insanely... Oh, this does not look good. This does not look good for anyone. This does not look good. The Kronos Fairy has already... I think its name is Kronos Fairy or whatever. Has already come in. But oh my god, the tank is just running people over for some reason. But it might fall off. Oh my god, the tank is down. The tank is down. We repeat, the tank is down. Yeah. I'm gonna pause for a second. Oh. I was about to say I don't think that thing has... I think that thing has way too much HP, but correct me wrong, I did not know that. I'm really sorry for doing that. That might have skewed the results a bit. Now, whatever the case is, while that might have technically screwed the results, I don't think this would have really changed. A blow data is just going to repeatedly hit this thing. For what? Well, I mean, this thing could get up. I've seen weird in this game. So, we do have to wait out the timer. I guess we'll look over the carnage. I'm really sorry, I might have caused you game, but I'm not going to record another match. Let's look over the rest. The tank was somewhere around here. We could probably find the tank drivers, to be fair, though. I don't know what happened to most of the units, to be honest. You can see a peasant here. A bunch of them got blown around. There's a bunch of them just lying around places. The chrono gloves things. Oh, this is actually a really cool thing. I feel this is a chrono. No, it's not. This is one. That's actually a really cool image. If this game had better physics, I'd appreciate it more. Just the mosh pit that was this area. You just see bodies upon bodies. How you doing, buddy? Fine? Okay, cool beings. You just see bodies among bodies. Now, Blow Dart, finish this. Thank you. Well, this round goes to Legacy. I honestly prefer this going to good because Legacy is just a more interesting faction. Now, we got one more match for the first round, and that is Wild West versus Spooky. Let's get this done. One last match for the first round, and it's probably our most balanced. Spooky versus Wild West is probably the most balanced you can get in this game. Let's see how it does. Let's start with red as we always do, and skeletons are our main defender, but they really don't have any HP, so they're just gonna die. Candlemen are at the bridge, as most of the threats are just gonna be coming, well, after the bridge. After, well, these guys die. Vampires are gonna be our main striker units. They're gonna be trying to take down the units back in the back. We got some skeleton archers, which are really our only, I guess, word to say is reliable units to take down ranged foes. Swordsmen just don't have the range. and these just don't do enough. These just don't do enough damage. A and B take so long to reload that it may not even, the unit may be up close before they can even fire. And then finally, the Reaper. This is one of the best bosses in the entire game, but it may not be enough. Let's go for the rest. We have a bunch of dynamite throwers, and if these things survive long enough to get past this and still have the dynamite, it might be game. Then we have some cactus men. If they survive and all that's left is a swordmaster, we call it a draw and do it again. Miners are well, they're really just bulky units that can deal decent damage. Gunslingers are going to do a huge amount of damage if they're possible, but I don't know. These might be some of the worst units in the game, but we'll see. Finally, 2 bullseye and 1 quick draw. Let's get this started. Quick as you speak. Jam. Let's jam. You don't see what happens in these kind of massive battles in the middle. You just kind of have to accept that things happen in the middle and that it happens. Now that we have a clean up game state, it seems like the spooky faction is going up against a giant amount of a really small remainder of the Wild West faction. It seems like most of them have just straight up died. And it's game, set, and match. Wow, that was just a clean sweep. Well, let's actually see if it was as clean as I thought. Yes, the Reaper was alive, but only two of the Swordsmasters, one of the Candlemen, and the Archers seem to be the only thing that are actually alive. Which, to be fair, in most matches is a pretty... If it had gone a little differently, that could have totally gone for Wild West. Yeah. But as I say, the Reaper is one of the best units in the game. Bar none. 2,500 for what it does is ridiculous. Anyways, I guess this goes for round 1. Let's see what happens in round 2. And here's round 2. Now, for round 2, it's, well, kinda obvious. I'm not gonna spoil it, but this one tribal loses, Renaissance loses, medieval loses, Viking loses. Oops, did I speak again? Yeah, this is really an easy way to see this. A lot of the more fairer factions kinda got shut down in the first round, or were facing first round. We have basically a bunch of sweeps that are just gonna happen real quick. Or maybe not, let's see. Hey, heads up, future me, when you're recording something, actually record the footage. Yeah, we lost the footage for this, but I don't want to lose it, so we're just going to do this again. Going quickly, we have line of samurai, line of monks, line of firework archers, line of couple bunches of ninjas, sorry. 2 dragons, 1 hoe archer, and 1 monkey king. And then this may seem like stacked, but, well, heads up. This lost last time. We have a line of shield bearers, line of clubbers, line of spear throwers, line of bone mages, line with the pockets of stoners, line of chieftains, and then we have Snuffy. And Snuffy too. Who will win? I already know the answer. But let's see if the answer changes. Fight! And there goes the enemy. The samurais just kind of die, but now it's the true time. Can Snuffy bring it in? Snuffy charges in, and Snuffy charges into himself. Damn, that's... Wow, they just went down. Yeah, nothing changed. Did they debuff Snuffy's health? Snuffy used to have, like, a bunch of health, but now they just don't have any. Well, damn. Well, guess that's it for this round, folks. As they say, that's all, folks. Do 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 do. Well, this is not normal. Yeah, we're not really doing the normal thing here. I'm just kind of wanted to do something different for this round, I guess. Anyways, let's go over the units. We have the protectors up here, which they are all in their uniformed chain-link outfit, as always. 2 burner guys, which is actually a thing called mad scientists. 2 void monarchs, void walkers. Not 2, sorry, a bunch of them. They're just here to take down these enemies. 2 of these guys, I forgot the name. Something cultists. 2 temple witches, 2 deathbringers, and then 1 void monarch. Yeah, this is kind of a sweep, but I wanted to have fun with my sweep because, well, yeah, this isn't normal. Normally you'd have them in a line, nice and neatly. This is not this. We have a bunch of painters, halberds, and fences, and they're just here to be cannon fodder, alongside the jousters, I guess, because we're using a line of muskets. And if you've known anything about line of muskets, things get hit. Same with Da Vinci tank, and same with archers, and same with any ranged enemy in this game, unit in this game. They get hit a lot, and more of the time you'll lose your own units more to musket fire than to the enemies. But hopefully that isn't the case this time. Let's have a go at it. Oh geez, no! And the battle begins, and is it as Queen's Sweep for evil as I thought? I don't know. Let's see. The Da Vinci tank is up and running, and I may have miscalculated. Apparently not. Oh, the Void Monarch has formed though, and it is really close to Da Vinci tank, but it's for some reason not going for Da Vinci. Where is the Void Monarch? Is it fighting Da Vinci itself? It might be. It just ripped off the Da Vinci tank from the inside. That is damn metal. Goddamn. Well, I might need to not use as much temple glitches. I think they have the problem, not this guy. Well, yeah. I might need to look into what these units actually do, you know? Medieval versus Legacy. Wow, this is a weird thing. We actually have 2 kind of comprehensible strategies. Let's start with red first. Knights are taking the charge, they're going to be taking a lot of hits, and they probably would have died already. So we are just having them take the charge here. We have a bunch of squires here, which are doing squiry things. We have a bunch of archers, which is going to be the backbone of this strategy, which is to basically mow down the entire rest of the troops by just shooting them. We have a king, followed by priest, kind of standing for a medieval build. We also have 2 catapults. We have a peasant rush for the blue team, because these are never exactly bad. 2 flag bearers follow with barrel rollers and wizards in their troop. A couple pikemen alongside some boxers. Some poachers and some chariots. Also, can I tell you this, by the way? You never realize how little this type has like a melee unit, like samurai, Viking, or squire, until you actually try to make a decent army with them. Anyways, let the battle begin. And both sides go at each other, and ooh, the chariot may actually have been a good idea as they rush into the center stage, destroying most of the... Ooh, that is not good. I was gonna say most of the priest here, but that is not good for the legacy unit as they are now stuck behind enemy line and their horses are just down. Wow, I may have misestimated how good the legacy faction is. I guess I'm blinded by the fact that they have like 3 amazing units, but I did ban them before like even starting this. That might have been my mistake. I might have not wanted to ban these To be fair, they are really good units, so I was unsure if I should have banned them or not, if they were worthwhile bans. And the knight goes against the wizard, which is probably should be called adventure, to be honest. And oh, is that them down? No, they were actually standing. Well, they are really standing. Yeah, I might have overestimated the legacy faction a bit. Yeah, that's kind of on me. I don't know if I should give them. Oh, I don't know if I should give them back Super Boxer. That might be giving them too much power, but I might want to give them tank at the very least. Yeah, we'll see about that. Viking versus Spooky. Now isn't this interesting? Viking is one of the most simplest factions to understand in their game plan and in their units. Valkyries and Berserkers jump in and do damage. These guys are just damage dealers. Jarl is here to... Jarls are here to just deal damage, and these guys are pretty bad. Kinda, not really, kinda, yes. Vampire, skeleton archers, and skeleton warriors. Candleheads and vampires, again. Sword masters, sword users, whatever. And Reaper and Pumpkin Launcher. Yeah, sorry if that's kind of quick, because these are kind of quick factions to understand. Let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1, whoop. And the Berserkers go in for the attack, and it is going to be a bunch of violence. I'm gonna be honest, these are some of the biggest hitting units in the entire bloody thing. Oh my god, I think one of these was hit. Oh, that was really close for the ice archers, but I think most, oh no, that's really sad. And most of the, both of the, what's it called? Ships did not seem to have hit, but they now seem to have actually started to do something. And both of the Jarls are still up, but one of them goes down. Damn. Is this it? Yeah, kind of seems to be. It doesn't seem like the Vikings have really anything left in their arsenal of tools, so they kind of seem to be dead. Well, that's sad. I wanted to use these guys more, but it seems like the ever-present glare of the Spooky faction takes down another unit. Faction, sorry. Well, that was round 2. On to round 3. Round 3, match 1, and it's Samurai versus Evil. Or Dynasty. Let's go over the troops. These are just here for cannon fodder, but it's probably not even enough, to be honest. The monks are going to be basically the only hope against, or the only real big source of sponges in this entire army. Firework archers are going to be used to hopefully do as much damage as possible. Ninjas and hole watchers are trying to be cleanup crew, but we'll see what happens. And Dragon is also there. Now, I may not remember this correctly, but I believe the Void Monarch will go to the furthest back unit. And that's why the Samurai, not me, I totally didn't do this myself. The Samurai have put their unit in the back. It does make sense, though. We have a wall of protectors, and I know this isn't even. Don't trust me, it's really late at night. Come on, man. Full Void Monarchs. 8 of these dudes, the really cool designs that I hate to build around. 2 of these Void Casteds, 1 Tempest guy, Deathbringers, and then a Void Monarch. I might have stacked this in favor of the Dynasty faction, and I'm really sorry. Let it begin. What the hell? Oh, jeez. Oh, this is not looking good for the Dynasty faction, as their entire group has been kind of slaughtered. Oh my jeez! Mistaken me for that. A lot of mistakes were made as. Oh jeez, that is just the Void Monarch. He is just here. He is here. Hello. Why are you here? Oh, he's here now, and yeah, he's just killed everyone. It's just him. You. Wow, this was not even fair. Jeez. Damn. Well, no matter how much you stack it in the favor, they don't work out. Apparently I don't know how Void Moonwalkers work, and I probably will never know how they work. Whatever the case is, yeah. Well, that is an amazingly cool shot. Damn, this is just really sad to see. Rest in peace, Dynasty. Dynasty, you were my favorite. Medieval versus Spooky, and... well... it's going to be a big one. We have basically two of the ones that shouldn't have won, and they're going up against each other. Let's look at the armies. Spooky is, they're both playing the very similar strategies, but Spooky has, well, a different idea, I guess. Spooky is rushing in with a very similar idea with archers, a bunch of archers and long-range units, plus the vampires, of course, and skeleton warriors. Pumpkins, swordsmen, and of course, the Reaper. Moving on over to the blue side, we have a bunch of banjo wielders. You got a bunch of squires, some knights, a couple hundred archers, 2 catapults, and then 2, what's it called? Healers. Who's gonna come on top on this? I don't know. Let's get this started, huh? Damn, I didn't want to go that far. Now, this could really be anyone's game here. These are both very equal power units. I have said that every time that Spooky has gone up against each other. But yeah, it is very much equal in power, but it's really up to what happens with the units that it decides who wins this game. Now, Spooky is in a pretty decent situation, and that keeps on happening. I'm gonna be honest here, I lost footage for this last time, so I had to re-record this. That keeps on happening when I put my Reapers next to underneath my catapults, and I probably should stop doing that. Anyways, well, it doesn't seem like Spooky is going to lose this one. Yeah. Oh, I'll be damned. Unless, of course, somehow the Knights take this back, yeah, most of their units are kinda dead. Oh, dear God. Dear sweet banjo wielder, just stay on the cliff. You can't swim. You can't swim. Both of you can't. Are they gonna fire? Or are they just gonna stand here? Because I will probably give it to Spooky victory. Can I influence this in like any way, or are they just gonna... No, I don't think I can influence this in a way where they'll get past this. Yeah, we're gonna call this a Spooky victory, folks. Because, wow, yes, technically Spooky... Okay, well, yes, technically Spooky did not win. They have won. Yeah, if they were able to get down here, the banjos are eventually gonna just fall off. Hell, one of them actually has. So, yeah. Spooky victory, folks. Actually, I'll just get this official. There we go. 100 versus 100. We have gotten the best of the best here for the final of this tournament, folks. 100 of 100 final matches. We have so many here, I don't even have to tell you what they are. We have a line of each unit. Tempest Magicians, Tempest Liches, what are they called? They are back in here. A Void Monarch, but these are not such as either. We have a bunch of skeletons ready and lined up, and of course, Reapers. Behind them is the pumpkin launchers, because I've learned from my mistakes. Who will win? It's time to find out. Go! My PC shall die! And already you can hear the pumpkin launching because, well, they kind of split up because the Void Walkers are being kind of just obliterated at the moment because they kind of have to be. But I think the pumpkin launchers have just been obliterated. There are a billion of them left. But what the fighting we can see is very much in the Spooky faction's favor. It's only a couple of the skeletons actually made it into the fight last time, it seems. But here comes the Reapers, a mass of tentacles as they just pick up everyone in their way. It is a massacre that I can't even see, but it does seem to be favoring the red team. The evil faction does seem to be the favorite to win this match. But it really is anyone's game at this point. There is just a bunch of Reapers in the game, and if there's one thing I can tell you, it's that if there's one thing that can kill an overpowered unit, it's a bunch of Reapers. Or maybe I'm mistaken. No, I might be mistaken. Red takes this pretty handily. That was a very red victory. Ooh. Damn. Well, I guess that's it, folks. I guess I just want to say thank you for watching. Well, that's it. Yeah. I know some people might be a bit pissy of the outcome, and that's fine. Also, I realized that I didn't swap the teams around. That's on me, to be fair. But yeah, you guys might be a bit pissy about the answer, and I might say that, yeah, I did not handle this exactly well. Jeez, I did not know how bad. Jesus Christ, I did not know how bad the evil faction was gonna be. And I wonder if the good faction would have even been worse. If I ever do something like this again, or even just like a tournament using tabs or something, I am probably gonna ban these units under the same clause of why I banned, when I banned the super peasants. Even then, they might, even good may still be good enough to, like, make it to finals. So we'll see. Anyways, my name's been Pirate. Thank you for watching. I am so tired.